Welcome to Rowan College of South Jersey at the Roadrunner Gym here in Deptford. We've got NJSIAA Region 19 women's basketball on this Saturday afternoon as the first half of a two-game doubleheader. It's the Atlantic Cape Buccaneers versus the RCSJ Roadrunners as the crowd is filing in, making their way to the stadium with a foot of snow on the ground. It's a winter wonderland outside, but today we've got ourselves some top-of-the-line Region 19 women's basketball. Both teams warming up here. What's going to be interesting today is going to be a veteran head coach in Rich Cooper working with a brand-new head coach over at Atlantic Cape in Ricky White Jr. Of course, he was a 1,000-point scorer for Atlantic Cape back in the mid-2000s and was a longtime assistant of this women's program for the Buccaneers. But now he takes over as the head coach. This is his first season here. Meanwhile, Rich Cooper earlier this season reached his 209th win, which puts him atop the list for the most of all time amongst RCSJ Roadrunners women's coaches. So not that there's too many that have preceded him because he's been here for a long time, 10 years now, but 200 wins, a 14-4 season here in 2025 to 26. He's done quite well. Meanwhile, for Atlantic Cape, they're 11-5. They've actually looked pretty good this year, and they're right now fourth in Division III of Region 19. Passaic, which went around 500 last year, they were right around the middle of the pack. They ended up being seventh last year in the region. They're now atop the region division at 14-3 with an 11-2 divisional record. The Roadrunners are right behind them at 14-4. Northampton is 13-5. And then Atlantic Cape is in fourth right now, just outside the bronze medal at 11-5. They started off the year 0-2. They lost to Middlesex and Philadelphia, but then they ripped off a 7-game win streak, followed by a 3-game losing streak entering the new year. But they're right back where they started. They've won their last 5 in a row, beating Philadelphia, Brookdale, Bergen, Camden, and Sussex. Some great teams on that list. But we've got women's basketball on the way here on this Saturday afternoon. The men will follow at around 2 p.m. this afternoon here in Deptford, as Rich Cooper faces Clark for Atlantic Cape. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment.
We'll have the starting lineup for the visiting Atlantic Cape Buccaneers. Number 1, Kennedy Campbell. Number 3, Raynell Walker. Number 4, Angelina Bell. Number 10, Allison Gerardo. And number 24, Belinda Marigliano. And now, it's time
Okay, that's interesting. We had a late change, it appears. So Alexis Caraway is starting in place of Tinu Bamboche, the point guard. So she was originally scratched in the lineup, but will not start for the Roadrunners. I'm Dan Wilkins on the call. I'm joined by Maddox Marker on the production this afternoon. It is a chilly one outside, just about 15 degrees, but as I like to say, it's always 74 and sunny inside the Roadrunner Gymnasium. But we've got a good one. I think, honestly, this is going to be a good game between two teams that have been familiar with each other before. They played earlier this year, and RCSJ won 68-62. That was their last game of the calendar year back on December the 16th. Atlantic Cape will be on the right side of your screen in their navy blue road jerseys. RCSJ will be on the left side in their home white jerseys. From Deptford, New Jersey on this Saturday afternoon, it's our first of two here in the Region 19 circuit. Pierman gets the tip, and we're underway. Budakovia at the point, the Medford Tech grad. Back to DiPiero. Corner shot, LaMonica can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Campbell. Atlantic Cape, as we said, riding a 5-game winning streak. They've been definitely streaky this year at 11-5. 3 of their 5 losses came in a losing streak from late December to early January. DiPiero couldn't get the rebound down, got a scramble and a jump ball.
Possession is the Buccaneers.
Atlantic Cape will hold on to the possession. This will be inbounded by Geraldo. Back inside. From inside, it's good. Raynell Blocker, the sophomore, gets it to fall. And the Buccaneers have their first points 45 seconds into this one. LaMonica fires it across the floor to DiPiero. Out into the far corner. High pass. Gets past Caraway. Back past the midcourt line. And the backcourt violation will be called against the Roadrunners. Yeah, both of these teams with relatively full rotations. I mean, I say it like a broken record, but the biggest issue that we see in JUCO women's basketball is that there are not enough teams that field a full roster to really afford to get a lot of competitive games. And this is why we picked up this doubleheader, because it looks like both the women's and the men's games are going to be competitive today. As a nice fake, LaMonica to Caraway. LaMonica looked like she was for sure going to go up with that, but instead she faked it, brought it to a wide-open Caraway inside as the sophomore. We've got a wide-open 3 on the left wing. Angelina Bell knocks it down, and Atlantic Cape responds quickly. Rich Cooper calls a timeout with 8:35 left. It will be a 30-second timeout. We'll take a quick break, just a minute and a half into this one. 5-2 Buccaneers. Welcome back. Rich Cooper called his first timeout of the afternoon as we've got an early 5-2 lead. Angelina Bell just knocked down a 3 from the left wing. We'll get the inbound here for the Roadrunners. Gets a little tip there from DiPiero, goes back to Caraway. Now it's Budakovia at the top. Out to Caraway. Back to Budakovia. DiPiero, near corner. 3! Tied up as the Camden Catholic sharpshooter and the sophomore for the Roadrunners gets her first points in really what could be a high-scoring game. I mean, you've got 2 great shooters in Bell and DiPiero is back inside the semicircle. Goes back out, and we've got a travel on Atlantic Cape. So 5-5 game, 7:55 left in the first. That one gets tipped away. Looked like Campbell got a touch on that, and it'll go out of bounds. Roadrunners will inbound with Caraway. As we mentioned, the Colonial Conference product out of Haddon Heights. As here comes LaMonica. Down the floor, created some offensive space. Atlantic Cape lining up in a 3-2 as Pierman fouled and one. It's one of the best qualities of Shannon Pierman, the Woodstown grad. Not only the fact that earlier this season, she was averaging a double-double at one point in the 2025-26 season. She continues to be a force down low, and she still is averaging a double-double. 14 points per game, nearly 12 rebounds a game. And Pierman makes her and one. 8-5 Roadrunners. 2 minutes gone in the first. Geraldo will bring this one up the floor for the Buccaneers. And an underhand flip to Mergliano. Good feed, intercepted by Pierman. Roadrunners will take their time bringing this one down the floor. Budakovia, though, the flashy point guard, will get that one. Back to Caraway. Corner three. A little bit too weak on that one. And Atlantic Cape will try to bring this one back in transition. Here comes a nice pass. Stopped by Campbell. Sends her down. Travel. Yeah, Caraway looked a little hesitant that time. She wanted to set her feet, but just couldn't get her feet set in time. And ends up actually drawing a travel almost by accident as that inbound gets intercepted. They give the possession right back to the Buccaneers as now Campbell fires it back out to the top of the key. Mergliano to tie the game. Wide right. Goes back up. Foul and one. You get a foul and one. I get a foul and one. Raynell Blocker picks up the 2 points. She'll try to get a three-point play. She's got 4 points in the ballgame so far. Blocker, the freshman guard, 23 points per game in 16 games this season. She has played in all of Atlantic Cape's contests as the and one is good. 47% from the field, but has not attempted a three or has not made a three-point shot all year. She's 71% from the line, but Blocker able to get that one to fall. As now Geraldo will inbound this one for the Buccaneers, tied up at 8, 3 minutes into the ball game. This one brought back to Blocker. Just inside the three-point line. She'll drive, feeds it out. Here comes a three from Bell. No good. But a wide-open offensive rebound. It goes back out to Bell, looking for a second verse on the same song. Another underhand feed. Really like this passing by Atlantic Cape as Angelina Bell gives the Buccaneers the lead. They've got a 6-0 run, and they lead it 11-8. Yeah, talk about high scoring. Could really be high scoring tonight with how this offense is rolling. Both teams seem to be feeding off of each other really well. DiPiero got fouled on her way up. She'll have the chance for two. DiPiero, the sophomore, 11.3 points per game. She has also played in all but 2 of the Roadrunners contests. 73.3% from the line this year, just under 3 rebounds and 3 assists per game for the sophomore. Second shot is good. 5 points for DiPiero. And it's back to a 1-point game, 11-10. Yeah, so double digits for both teams, and we're not even 4 minutes into the game yet. Sometimes you don't even see that at the high school level with how low scoring those games can be. As here comes the steal. DiPiero's got it. Budakovia works through traffic. She's got an open look. Can she get it up? No, it's blocked. Buccaneers get this one back. Now trying to get it through traffic again. LaMonica steps on the half-court line. She'll get another chance. She stops on it. Girl down. DiPiero short on the three. A lot of loose basketball everywhere as LaMonica back to DiPiero. Same song, no good there. Bamboche tries to save it, but it goes out of bounds towards the baseball team. Look at all those gentlemen herded up there. The baseball team, I like to say that they're in the hibernation part of the season, although many of them wearing shorts. I will remind them that it's 9 degrees outside, but some of them do choose to wear shorts nonetheless. 11-10. Roadrunners lead the Buccaneers by 1 in a back-and-forth affair. Or, excuse me, the Buccaneers lead the Roadrunners by 1. We're going to get 2 points, and we're going to get a foul on the floor as Campbell made the shot. Oh, got a push foul. Basket does count. Yeah, Gary White's going to have the officials talk to each other here because I think they're trying to say that they said the wrong number or the wrong player. And Mergliano is making the point that why was the foul against her because she wasn't anywhere near the play. So referees will talk this over. No matter what, the basket's good. It's 13-10 Atlantic Cape as Campbell registers her first points of the afternoon. But, oh, okay. So the foul will be on Angelina Bell. So they had, I was going to say, because 24, which would be Margigliano, was really nowhere near where that foul was on the floor. So they just called the wrong number and instead meant to say 4. And again, trying to work through traffic here. LaMonica fakes the 3 off the foot of Geraldo, and it's out of bounds. I mean, dare I say we've seen some sloppy basketball so far as Gary White calls a timeout. We'll see if it's a full or a 30. It is a 30, so we'll stay here. But it's been a little bit of sloppy basketball tonight so far. I mean, there have been a lot of turnovers, but I can't also say that it's been sloppy because it's 13-10. It's been high scoring so far, and both of these teams have put their heart into this game. As we're looking at the scores right now, Bell with 6, Blocker with 5, and then DiPiero with 5 for the Roadrunners, Pierman with 3, Caraway with 2. But it's been a good game so far. Listen, it was a 6-point game when these two teams last played, 68-62. But both coaches have used a timeout here in the first quarter. 3 team fouls for the Buccaneers, 1 for the Roadrunners. Just joining us, I'm Dan Wilkins, joined by Maddox Marker on the call. Or excuse me, on the production. Just a 2-man crew today as we prepare for a doubleheader and then the Holy Cross Showcase on Sunday, showcasing some of the best basketball in South Jersey up in Delran. As Pierman moves inside, she loses her balance and loses the basketball. Goes back to Geraldo, who picks up the turnover. Halfway through the first quarter here in Deptford. As firing across the way, tried to get a cross-court pass, gets intercepted by DiPiero. Budakovia will bring it advancing, and that one will go out and on top of the scorer's table. LaMonica will inbound to Budakovia. 3-point lead for the Buccaneers. Bamboche can't get this one, and it goes out of bounds. And Rich Cooper just slumping back in his chair, obviously not pleased with how his girls are playing so far. And even though they only trail by 3, again, when you're with RCSJ, bias aside, you're 14-4. The standard is there. The standard is all the Region 19, accolades that they've won. And Rich Cooper knows what a good team looks like, and he knows where these girls can be when they're playing at their best. And right now they're not playing at their best. But they're going to try to improve here as LaMonica slides over back to Pierman, feeds it out, long 2, Budakovia, no good. And again, that's where I would change the shot selection. Move inside a little bit more, use your forwards to your advantage. Really, they only have 1 forward on the floor right now. Bamboche is playing in the forward position, but she's a point guard. Like, she is so versatile that she can run almost any position on the floor. Pierman really is the only true forward, and she's a center as the game is tied. Anna DiPiero drains the 3. She's got 8 points. 13-13 as Geraldo, the point guard, brings this one up for the Buccaneers. Back across the floor. That cross-court pass was good. 3-pointer. Angelina Bell has 9. 16-13 Buccaneers. This one gets intercepted again. Blocker to Bell. And just as the Roadrunners tied the game, Atlantic Cape deposits back-to-back baskets, 5 points total, 18-13. LaMonica's got some good ball movement. Definitely able to really, move anywhere on the floor and able to dish the ball out as she's got a 3. She's been waiting on one like that. This has been an incredibly high-scoring game. This is fun to watch. Everybody's getting a basket. Everybody's getting buckets on this Saturday afternoon. Pulling up, Geraldo, nice shot there, but too short. Rebounded by Pierman. And again, they almost lost that one as well, as LaMonica has to get it out, and Budakovia didn't see it. It goes out of bounds. And a preventable turnover there. Buccaneers get the ball. Moving out across the floor. Bell to Geraldo in the corner. Back out to the top for three. Good. Another triple. Cooper stands up as if he wanted a timeout. Margiliano had the three that time. 21-16. This one, good. DiPiero. That is her third triple of the game. And we're only in the first quarter. She's got 11 points. 21-19. Now this one goes up. Blocker misses short. This one goes out of bounds. By the way, now into the game, they subbed out. Couldn't tell who they brought in. It was number 32, my apologies. So McLaurin will check in for Campbell. 2 minutes left in the first. And only 4 total fouls. 1 on the Roadrunners, 3 on the Buccaneers. So it's been a high-scoring game. We've only had 1 and 1 on either side. And we've only had 3 total trips to the foul stripe in this first quarter. I mean, I've seen high school games that are lower scoring at halftime than this, and we're 8 minutes in the first quarter. Over to the right side, LaMonica. DiPiero, is this number 4? No, it is not. Bamboche, though, rips down the rebound, uses her physicality, dives on the floor, gets it back to Budakovia. Pierman has to wrestle it out, and it goes back to Geraldo. No whistles, we play on. Moving back to the right side, up and too short there. Offensive rebound. Pierman able to rip it away. And again, standing so stoically there was Pierman, as they'll have to advance. Fires it across the floor. DiPiero able to save it. Moves inside. Offensive foul. Pierman's going to get tagged for 1. Yeah, I can see that movement there. And Atlantic Cape will call another timeout. We'll take a break. 1:08 left in the first quarter. It's a high-scoring affair here in Deptford Township. 21 for Atlantic Cape, 19 for RCSJ. Coming out of the timeout here, Buccaneers lead this one 21-19. As again, the first-year head coach Gary White Jr. talking to his girls. He was a 1,000-point scorer at Atlantic Cape and has been an assistant on the women's basketball team for a long time, but this is his first year elevated to the head coaching position. We've got under a minute left in the first quarter. Over to the left side, Bell moves in, fires it across. Near corner. Blocker creates some space. This one gets tipped up. Geraldo able to save it on the far corner. She's able to get it out after the screen set by Margiliano. And able to get the shot up and in with 1 second on the shot clock. The foul is on LaMonica, and Geraldo will have a chance for a 3-point play. Again, the physicality getting to the basket has been really good today. Both teams have really been able to contest the ball very well. But the score still shows as that one goes for Geraldo. Subbing into the game for the Roadrunners will be Vienna Gantz and Hadley Rodriguez. will sub in place of Budakovia and LaMonica. This one goes out of bounds. I mean, listen, the Roadrunners have one of the deepest benches. They had it last year, and they have it this year as well. They have one of the deepest benches in all of Region 19 women's basketball, at least in the Division III level. Atlantic Cape has 9 total players. We've seen teams earlier this year that only have 6 or 7 or 8 players on their program. So the Roadrunners have it's a rare circumstance, due to player membership concerns, where you can have a team that has, what do you want to say, an excess of 10 players on their roster. I mean, the bench is pretty full for the Roadrunners. They got to save a lot of chairs. That one gets stolen away. Shot clock erased. We've got 15 seconds left. Blocker up and Geraldo in. Great run for the Buccaneers. We've got 9 seconds. LaMonica feeds it out. Bamboche has it. Pierman goes up to Rodriguez. 1 second. She gets it off in time, and that's the buzzer beater. Basket counts. Buccaneers still lead, but a strong ending as Shannon Pierman uses the low post and dominates the low post with a buzzer-beating basket with the assist by Rodriguez. What a high-scoring first quarter. Offense will not be a concern tonight as we go into quarter number 2. The Buccaneers lead the Roadrunners 26-21. Fans filing in for this second quarter of action. 26-21 in favor of Atlantic Cape. I'm Dan Wilkins, joined by Maddox Marker on the production. Our first of 2 games today. The men will play the Buccaneers at 2 p.m. Although with how this game is going, I mean, with how many points were scored in the first quarter, we might not get this game started for a while. But Bamboche out to Rodriguez in the corner. Back to Bamboche. LaMonica moves to the top of the key. Rodriguez shoots a short 3. It's good. Hadley Rodriguez cuts the lead. We talk about this Atlantic Cape team being a little bit streaky. A 7-game win streak from November to December, and then a 3-game losing streak that really hampered their ability. That started with the Roadrunners back on December the 16th when they played at Mays Landing. At least I believe that's where Atlantic Cape's campus is located. Mays Landing, Galloway. Well, Galloway is Stockton. That ball got tipped up by Gantz, went out of bounds. Bamboche will retain the possession as we've got a 2-point game. But this game has been streaky in and of itself. I mean, Atlantic Cape has had several stretches where they've picked up a couple baskets in a row, and then the Roadrunners have responded, and they've kept this game close with a 2-point deficit. Gantz loses it, and that's going to be a carry. And that wasn't even one that she tried to get away with. She just lost possession, ended up just losing control and then trying to save it by keeping the ball on the upper part of her hand, and that's where the carry was called. That was the right application there. Easy call. Back to Geraldo. He's going to bring this to the right side for Blocker. Back out to Angelina Bell. Bell, long 2, airballed it, and it's out of bounds. Angelina Bell hails from the home of the Holy Spirit Spartans. They've had some good years under Tim Whitworth, who is now the head coach over at Clearview for boys basketball, as Gantz was able to get the basket that time. Tied up 26-26. Holy Spirit now led by Scott Mile, 8-8 and 4 and 6 in the Cows. There's a foul and one. Another one. Handful of and ones tonight as Bell will go back to the line.
Foul on the Roadrunners.
So it's now 28-26. Holy Spirit had 20 wins last year, 18 and 11 in Whitworth's last season with the Spartans, which would also coincide with, I was going to say, Bell's senior year. You know what? I think she may have transferred out of Holy Spirit. So I apologize. Online roster said she is from Egg Harbor Township. So not exactly sure what the deal is, but she's a sophomore here at Atlantic Cape and obviously one of the top scorers in Region 19. As here comes a three. Margiliano. We talked about those runs. Make it another 5-0 run. But can the Roadrunners disrupt it as they now trail by 5? As Gantz, the Kingsway grad. LaMonica back to Gantz. A little hot potato. Pierman didn't really expect the pass coming to her. She had to bobble it. Picks up the rebound, but not cleanly. And not cleanly enough to save it as it'll go back to Campbell. Bell is 13 points for this Buccaneers team. The center, Savannah Schute's going to get ready to check in. Geraldo, guarded heavily by Rodriguez, misses the shot, and open to take it was Pierman, or Bamboche rather. LaMonica took a shot, missed it, and now Buccaneers are moving in transition, not letting anyone go to rest as Bell couldn't get it, and it's out of bounds. This broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School. Over 90% of students who take their New Jersey State driving test with Harper pass on their first try. Visit Harper Driving School at 614 Lambs Road in Pittman, Suite 4 of the Total Turf Complex, just minutes from Route 55. A lot of these young kids are going to have to get a lot of driving experience with all this snow on the ground. As Bamboche will continue to move this one very quickly up the court, emphasizing a lot of stamina and a lot of speed. Long two for the newest addition to the court in Jameel Horace, the Pennsgrove grad and 1,000-point scorer with the Red Devils. As that doesn't go. Only 3 minutes into the second. Moving over, Campbell, nice fadeaway, but it can't go. Shute picks it up as the ball was loose. Travel on Shute. (31-26). Picked up an issue with our clock. I apologize.
Jump ball.
(31-26) as the three falls short. Shute picks up the rebound. Bamboche to Rodriguez, gets the ball speared away, but she's able to hold on to it. Back to Horace. Moving up, and no good. Shute can't get the rebound. Wilson couldn't bring it down.
Jump ball.
But another jump ball. This one goes up and in. Bradley Rodriguez. On the floor for the Roadrunners now, DiPiero subbed back into the game. Along with Renaya Wilson, another Pennsgrove grad. That one goes out of bounds. But the Roadrunners made it a three-point game, 31-28. Back to Horace, to DiPiero. And again, Atlantic Cape just trying to catch up with the Roadrunners here as they're going to try to basically out-sprint them on offense. As it goes back out, Rodriguez slides over. She's got an open look. Three. Open look, but not an open shot as it goes out of bounds. Remains a three-point game, 4 minutes into the second quarter. Bell to inbound. Moving up, and no good. Horace with the rebound, takes a hard fall. Might have hit her head. Yeah, that's not good. They're gonna attend to her, and they're gonna clear the space. The foul is on Geraldo, but immediately Elise Spalding, the athletic trainer, coming out. Yeah, that's not good. She went down, and she may have hit her head. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, Rich Cooper out there attending to her as well. So both teams will go to their respective benches. And it's one of those hardest hits that you can take. It's not like football where you have a helmet, or even baseball where you have a helmet. You know, it's very difficult. She will get up. Well, she was going to get up, and now she is sitting up. Still hope she's okay. I think they're going to let her breathe a little bit. We're going to take a quick break. 31-28 Atlantic Cape. So Jamiliana Horace was able to get back on her feet. She was able to walk to the trainer's room under her own power, so she has exited the game. I have a foul on the floor for Geraldo. It's Atlantic Cape, second of the quarter. And now Caraway will inbound. Back to Rodriguez. Intercepted by Geraldo. But again, that's one less player, one less quality player that the Roadrunners will play without, as there's a two, long two. Raynell Blocker was able to get that one to fall. That was just inside the three-point line. It's now back to a 5-point game, 33-28. Rodriguez, no good. Rebound by Caraway from the semicircle. Rodriguez has it again. Open look. No good there. As Renaya Wilson was unable to bring down the three. Some of the men's team getting here for the Roadrunners and for the Buccaneers, as that one's in. Margiliano with her first non-three-point basket. She's got 8. Bell with 13, Margiliano with 8, Blocker with 7. Wilson goes up, almost ran out of room, and she's got it. The third bench scorer for the Roadrunners makes this back to a 5-point game. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left in the first half. Here from the Roadrunner gym at Deptford, New Jersey. Fires inside, open look, Bell fouled. I couldn't tell if Cooper wasn't happy with the call or with his players there, but either way, you can read the body language for the winningest head coach in Roadrunner girls basketball history at 214. Bell shoots her first. It's good.
Shot is good.
If you're just joining us, 36-30, 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Really back and forth game. It actually hasn't been as high scoring in the second as it was in the first. I mean, it was 26-21 at the end of the first. Really impressive offensive showing by both teams. It was 68-62 when these two teams last met in mid-December of 2025, as back at the half court, foul right at midcourt. This is going to be on the Roadrunners, it looks like. It's going to be on Renaya Wilson. It's the team's fourth, her first. And with 4 minutes left, 37-30, 7-point lead for the Buccaneers. This will be taken by Blocker. Good screen that time as Bell chucks up a three, front iron. Comes out, shoot, tries to fall on it. Bell is able to recoup it. Goes back. Oh, slipping, able to hang on to it without a travel. There goes a three, no good. Bamboche, rebound, rips it away. Still moving up the floor super quickly. Blocking foul. Bamboche Kind of ran into a brick wall that time, but able to draw the foul.
Team's third.
And one of the things you have to consider when a team is trying to draw a charge is whether or not the player that is setting the screen, that is trying to draw the charge, allows the player enough room to pivot. Because you can draw the charge, by getting that momentum on your side. But in that case, the player was too close, and Bamboche just kind of ran into her, didn't really have anywhere to go. So because that opportunity was not made, that's why every single time that's going to be a blocking foul. Handful of ins and outs on the floor here on the opposite end. 3:24 left. Pierman will sub back in. She will sub in for Savannah Shute. Again, 2 games today. We've got the women right now. We've got the men at approximately 2 p.m. as DiPiero feeds it to Bamboche. That pass got blocked. Goes halfway up the bleachers. And now Brenna Ivy will sub in for Hadley Rodriguez. 7-point lead for the Buccaneers. No-look pass from DiPiero to Wilson. Tried to get a little bit of trickery there. Bamboche back to Wilson. High pass inside. Pierman loses it, sliding on it, and being able to pick up the steal is Blocker. Blocker, no good. How ironic that the girl with the last name Blocker has 3 steals in the first half. Down, and we have a foul. It will be on Pierman, her 3rd, team's 4th. So the Roadrunners will risk giving up the bonus here with under 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. Long 2, Geraldo, no good. But that's where Atlantic Cape has done really well. Offensive rebounds. They are almost guaranteed a second chance here as Geraldo, 3! Nothing but net, and the net barely moved. Geraldo makes it a 10-point game for the Buccaneers. DiPiero lobs it inside. That gets turned over. Ivy couldn't hang on to it. Open look. Bell swatted and fouled. She got hit hard. And that is one of the clearest fouls that you're going to see, but also that adds insult to injury because you do have the bonus now. They give up the bonus, down by 10. I mean, the Roadrunners have played well. 30 points in a first half for the women's team is a high mark, but Atlantic Cape has really done well at getting those offensive rebounds and also by drawing the fouls. They've put the forwards in foul trouble. It was the second foul against Renaya Wilson. She stays in the game. But they subbed LaMonica back in. And her second for Angelina Bell is good. She has 17 points here in this first half. Moving across the way here, Bamboche underhand feed. DiPiero looking for her 4th triple. Can't get it to fall. Oof. Tried to save it there and ended up coming up a little bit limp that time with Blocker. 2:14 left in the first half. Back to the top, moving across the volleyball line. Underhand flip. Moving inside. Up and in. Margiliano. Oh, that one almost got stolen. Atlantic Cape almost picked up an interception. Wilson, no good. DiPiero rebound, tries to get a second chance. Ivy can't get there. DiPiero trying to rip it away, and she will foul. She disagrees. But again, that's another foul that feels like it could have been preventable there. It's her second. And these Roadrunners, they are getting into some serious foul trouble here in the first half. I mean, those numbers might not be a lot now, but 2 fouls for Pierman. You have to imagine she may be on lower volume in the second half if she continues to pick up fouls. But Bell will be at the line. She has 17 in the first half. First is good. This is also her 4th trip to the foul line this first half, as Atlantic Cape has had a phenomenal second quarter. They have jumped out now to a 16-point lead one of the biggest leads anybody's had over the Roadrunners all year at 14-4. I mean, even the Roadrunners' losses have been competitive, like on Saturday when they played the number 4 team in the nation, Monroe Bronx. The Mustangs lost that game by 4, 59-54. 90 seconds left in the first half. LaMonica dribbling with the right hand, fires inside. DiPiero gets blocked, but not by the suspect you'd think. It's by Margigliano. Moving out to Blocker, who has been on the floor for almost the entirety of this game, and she makes the 2. Raynell Blocker gets it, and Rich Cooper shaking his head. He's kind of in damage control mode now. It's an 18-point lead. A lot to like about how this Buccaneers team has played, and they're going to talk it over for an extended length. 48-30, 1:13 left in the first half. Welcome back, 48-30. Here in the second quarter, JUCO women's basketball here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. Doubleheader today. It's moving over, far corner. DiPiero, Bambochet. 1 minute left, 15 on the shot clock. Push foul on the floor. It will be called against Margigliano. 56 seconds left. They'll put 20 on the shot clock after the foul. Atlantic Cape now in bonus trouble as they have 4. But to be fair, Roadrunners got their bonus given up with 3 minutes left. This will be with 45 or less. Bambochet for 3. Good! Way to get back into it. Tino Bambochet was scratched out of the starting lineup this afternoon in place of Alexis Caraway and now drains the 3. Makes it a 15-point game, 48-33. Bell back to the top. Giraldo. 9-second separation between the two clocks. Up and in. Margigliano with another one. Half a century mark for Atlantic Cape in the first half. Here comes a 3. Off the wire. Bambochet may have had a chance for that one to go down, but the wire disrupts her, and it'll be a 17-point lead with 7.5 seconds left in the first half. Here comes a heave. 1 second, she'll get it off. Good! Basket counts. Raynell Blocker responds with a buzzer beater to end the half, a 19-point lead. Shannon Pierman had a buzzer-beating shot from inside to end the first, and in a first half that took 50 minutes to complete. Quite an interesting one indeed, 52-33. I will remind you, Atlantic Cape put up 62 points when they played the Roadrunners in Mays Landing back in December. They've put up 52 in the first 20 minutes. What an offensive first half. We'll take a break. Buccaneers lead by 19 here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting.
is Mental Health Awareness Month. It is the responsibility of all of us to make sure that our friends, family, and anybody who we hold dear in our lives is feeling well. The problem with spotting mental health issues is that the symptoms aren't that obvious. Just because someone is okay or appears okay on the outside doesn't mean that they're okay on the inside. It's important that if they are in distress, that they call the right people and they get the help that they need. And it is very important that we treat each other with respect, regardless of who you are or where you come from. But it is just as important that we treat ourselves with respect, regardless of the situation going on in our lives. If you're in distress, you can call this number, 988, or you can visit any of these websites if you're not in distress, but would like to learn more information about mental health awareness and research.
Book Dog Pro Wrestling for your next event or outing for the greatest action that New Jersey Pro Wrestling has to offer. Any place, any time, any setting, Dog Pro Wrestling will bring the action to you, and you won't want to miss it for moments like this. But don't just take it from me. Take it from Max Mundo, the Dog Pro Wrestling ambassador.
This is Max Mundo with Dog Pro Wrestling. Are you a civic organization, sporting club looking to fundraise? Then look no further to Dog Pro Wrestling. We do grand openings, corporate events, and much more.
And why not from some of the wrestling talent themselves?
I'm Vinny the Fixer, and I'm the champion of Dog Professional Wrestling. If you want to book the best, come see us. We're the cream of the crop. We'll come to any fundraiser you can think of. Just name the place and we'll show up.
This is the upstanding Dylan Mesh, and for the entirety of my professional wrestling career, dog wrestling has been a mainstay for where I like to wrestle. So you can believe me when I say that it is quality. And I'm upstanding. I'm the only opinion you need.
Yeah! It's your boy Gabriel Hodder here with my man Matthew Oman, and if you want your events to be all fight, no flight,
then book Dog Wrestling so you can witness true primal fear.
Woo!
In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Welcome back to Rowan College of South Jersey. We've got the second half of women's basketball ready to go between the Atlantic Cape Buccaneers and the RCSJ-Gloucester Roadrunners. I'm Dan Wilkins on the call, joined by Maddox Marker on the production. What a high-scoring first half. Angelina Bell, 19 points, 52 all told for the Buccaneers. They scored 62 points total when these two teams last met back in mid-December at Mays Landing, as there's a three from the corner, extending the lead to double digits, to 20-plus points now. Campbell knocking down the triple, 55-33. Not over for the Roadrunners, but DiPiero starts the comeback. 4 triples for the sophomore. Now 55-36, but so many threes, so many great shots by both teams. And let's be real, even though it's 55-36, even though it's an abnormally high-scoring game, I can't say that neither team has played good defense. Look at that. There's been good defense. Oh, look out. There's a foul from Budakovia. Pushed her in the back. But listen, there's a lot of good defense that has been played today. Fortunately, not by my camera. Don't know what happened there. But both teams have picked up a decent amount of steals, and Raynell Blocker's picked up 3 of them in this first half. It's been a good defensive showcase. It's just that both teams have hit so many of their shots that naturally it's a high-scoring game. Got 5 to shoot. Atlantic Cape running out of time. They've got 3, 2, 1. It comes out. They're out of time. Shot clock violation. They should have taken that shot from the semicircle with 5 or 6 seconds left. That would have been a great shot by the Buccaneers. Even, again, a low-risk shot is how about Campbell picking up she literally slid into that play, and she has like soccer-style knee pads on or some kind of insulated brace on her knee so that she can slide. She basically did a softball slide right there. Budakovia to DiPiero, back to LaMonica, moving inside. Pierman up and no good. She chases down her own rebound, and it's in. Shannon Pierman gets it back, and it's 55-38. But again, that low post scoring by Shannon Pierman is so crucial. She has been fantastic with that. From both ends of the floor tonight, here comes Campbell for 3, no good. A little bit wide to the left. Caraway trying to cross over. This gym's getting loud. Here comes DiPiero. No good there. Still a sharpshooter for this Roadrunners team, though. She's knocked down 4 triples this afternoon. That's what makes this game so entertaining, is that even though it's a little bit lopsided right now, just so high scoring, you can't look away really. Bell, triple, good! Angelina Bell, 22 points for the sophomore out of Egg Harbor. Pierman blocked, turned over. Here comes Raynell Blocker. Bounce pass, back and forth, foul and 1. 22-point lead, tied for the largest today. And the Atlantic Cape Buccaneers have absolutely played their best basketball. Little miscommunication there as Bamboshe was ready to check into the game. One ref granted her to come in, but the other ref said no because they gave Blocker the ball. As the and one is no good. Second chance is in. And that's the worst case scenario. You miss the and one, but you give up 2 points instead. 62-38. Here comes Budakovia now. Bounce pass, Caraway, up. No good. Goes right through the hands of Pierman. Here comes a football pass down the floor, full court. Bell fouled. Second foul, now third foul against the Roadrunners. It will be the second against LaMonica. And Bamboshe, the point guard, will come back in for Budakovia, the Medford Tech grad. 2 shots for Bell. Good. 26 for Angelina Bell. Atlantic Cape and RCSJ both top 10 in the region in scoring. RCSJ 8th, but Atlantic Cape is 6th, and they still only average about 69 to 70 points per game. Geraldo wanted a travel called. Basically everybody on Atlantic Cape wanted a travel called. Nobody got it. Pierman up and no good. 26-point lead for Atlantic Cape in a game that the Roadrunners won early in December by 6, 68-62. Margiliano, underhand flip. Geraldo, back over, Bell, another three, short this time. Campbell unable to save it, just rolled off of her fingertips, and it's out of bounds. DiPiero, back to Caraway. High pass. They've still got to advance it here. They've got 2 seconds. They do. And they're going to say DiPiero stepped out. She wanted a foul. Just feels like nothing's really going the Roadrunners' way. Not even in terms of the whistle. It's just been a rough time for the Roadrunners in this game as they have tried everything they can to keep up with this Atlantic Cape offense. But they have done their homework since when they played in their home match back on December the 16th. Here comes Bamboche. She gets the interception. She's going to bring this one all by herself back to DiPiero, who gets the fake and gets the basket to fall. And a DiPiero leading the Roadrunners scoring effort. Again, 40 points. If you took away Atlantic Cape's half of the scoreboard and you told me the Roadrunners had 40 points midway into the third quarter, I'd say, listen, they're playing pretty good. But 64 points in the first 2.5 quarters. DiPiero gets another easy lay. Try to cut into this lead. It's now 64-42. And again, a comeback like this is not impossible. I would say it's probably in the improbable range because there's another three by Margiliano. 67-42. 25-point lead. Caraway. Atlantic Cape just hounding this Roadrunners offense, not letting them get any space. The pass was intended for Pierman. Goes back to DiPiero, shoots another three. No good. Pierman picks up the rebound. She is fouled. I'm sure there's some on this Roadrunners team that are saying, finally. They've been waiting for one. McLaurin checks back in. Again, McLaurin checked into the game for Geraldo. First shot is no good. .445 left in the third. Second shot is good. Pierman with 8. 67-43. And again, just a way to get an extra couple of seconds on your possession there by passing the ball about a third of the way down the floor. Margiliano set a screen, goes back out. Bell shoots another three off the side of the rim. This is going to go out of bounds. Roadrunner ball. 24-point lead for the Buccaneers. Biggest lead was 26, so that wasn't all that long ago. But a 19-point lead at half and a foul. It's going to be on Bell. Actually, that is on. Excuse me, it is on McLaurin, her second, team second. LaMonica with a far pass up to Bamboche. She'll bring this one up. Moves back to Bamboche. Nice move with a little contact. LaMonica inside. DiPiero from just inside the paint. She's doing pretty good. 6 points in this quarter. 4 minutes left in the third. Back to a 22-point game. 67-45. mean, sometimes these women's teams will score 80, 85 points in a game, but that's if they're playing a real bottom-of-the-barrel team, a team that's got anywhere in the ballpark of 0 to 5 wins. We're seeing a team that is 11-5 versus a 14-4 team putting up nearly 70 points, which is on track for well above their average. I mean, the Buccaneers are certainly punching up, but they are making their statement known. They are making their intentions known, and they are making a real case for a great underdog, even though they're the number 4 team in the region. DiPiero looking for number 5, wide right. Just got to feel like that shot selection's got to change. All of her shots that have fallen in this quarter have all been from inside. And she is a decent inside shooter as Blocker gets another shot there, 15 points. But the way I see it is that if the Roadrunners are going to come back in this game, it has to be piece by piece. I was afraid she was going to shoot it from 3 there. As Bamboche goes up, she is fouled. So Tina Bamboche will go to the line for 2. Hedley Rodriguez will sub back in.
On the Buccaneers, Bamboche to shoot 2.
Both of these teams top 5s in rebounds per game. Northampton leads with 51. RCSJ second with 59. But then Atlantic Cape right behind Sussex, who has 49, with 47.9 per game. Bamboche misses her second. Pierman able to get the rebound. Back to Bamboche again. Second chance. Good. Nice little run there by Tina Bamboche, the sophomore point guard. And the Roadrunners only need one more basket to get within 20 points. Bamboche, the Williamstown grad, picks up a steal. If she can save it, she does, and she hands it off to DiPiero right in front of the Cape bench. Moves back over. DiPiero shoots another 3. Just got to stop with the threes. Way too many of them that aren't falling. And Atlantic Cape not mistake-free, as you can see that right there. That was a mistake, a big one at that. As they would have had a great look from inside, but instead kind of batted the ball around. Didn't really have clear possession, and they batted it out of bounds. Turnover for the Buccaneers. And now after a missed swipe and a fall, here comes DiPiero. She's going to try to move in, goes back out, long 2, no good. And if you're going to take a long 2, you got to move in. Get the easiest shot. Bamboche will foul and 1. Will they count this in the shooting motion? Basket will count.
The basket counts.
And it's now 71-48 in the third quarter, 2 minutes left. At the line is Blocker. No good. Rodriguez will bring this one up. This one is up. Oh! Everybody wanted a foul. Kenyatta Collins really wanted a foul there. And now Gary White is upset. Everybody got upset with the referees there. They're going to give this ball to Atlantic Cape. I mean, I don't know what contact wasn't there for there not to be a foul. But that's where that's the letter of the law, I guess. 71-48. Here comes a shot from the foul stripe. It's good. Margiliano, 73-48. Minute 30 left in the third. Full court press by the Buccaneers. Rodriguez moving up and no good. Tipped around, trying to save it. It comes out. Trying to save it again. Fired across the way. Somehow, some way, the Buccaneers retain possession. Minute 10 in the third. Bell fires inside. Campbell lost it. Another miscommunication and a turnover. But again, when you've got a lead this big, 73-48, you can afford to have a few bluffs and a few scuffs on your mark. 25-point lead. Bamboche looking to advance. She is well behind her own baseline. And she'll try to bring this one up again, looking to win in a foot race. No foul, out of bounds. Horace fires up. Rodriguez almost lost it, able to save it. LaMonica, 50 seconds left. She shoots with 10 on the shot clock, and that's good. They're going to say it hit the wire. I mean, why do you take that shot? If you need points desperately, and it's the fourth quarter, I get it, but it's the third quarter. Move inside, take easier shots, because Atlantic Cape is not making this easy, but you can make it a little bit easier for yourself, as there's another foul. That felt like a frustration foul that time from Millie Horace. She's played well tonight, but they're going to call that against her. That's her first foul. Gives Atlantic Cape the bonus with 33 seconds left in the third quarter. In a 25-point game, a stunner against the nationally ranked Roadrunners, 14-4. First shot, no good. Campbell with 5. No good. 2-second separation between the two clocks as Atlantic Cape will meet the Roadrunners on the other end of the floor. 22 seconds. Again, really taking their time here. That ball gets nearly intercepted. Oh! Blocker took a hard fall. She hit the railing and hit the stairs of the bleachers. She's able to get up, and somehow she's okay. That was a hard fall. Atlantic Cape holds on to the possession. 8 seconds left. They'll feed it. It's Giraldo. No good. Off rebound by Horace. 1 second. She shoots from half court. And a blazing shot there misses. It's a 25-point lead. It's been a rough night for the Roadrunners, but the Buccaneers have played some of their best basketball all season as they lead this one 73-48 at three-quarter time. We'll be right back. Well, Ricky White Jr. has had a great reason to be proud of his girls today, as versus a nationally ranked Roadrunners team at 14-4, a team that they lost to in their first head-to-head matchup, they now lead by 25 points at the end of the third quarter. The Roadrunners now have 10 minutes to get the best result that they can get. Here comes Hadley Rodriguez, who did not hit the three. Giraldo back to Bell. She has been phenomenal tonight. 26 points and in. 28 now. Has 75 points for Atlantic Cape. Here comes DiPiero. High pass. Rodriguez wanted to take the three. Moves inside. Horace. DiPiero doesn't have any space. Pass intercepted. Open space down the floor. Up. Left hand. Foul and one. Hard foul. but it counts just the same. Raynell Blocker, 17 points. And this ambush continues. Atlantic Cape, 8th in the region with 67.6 points per game. They have far outplayed that mark tonight. And one is good as Blocker was walking away. And it's now their largest lead of the night, 30 points. And this is one of the toughest losses that the Roadrunners are going to end up taking all year, assuming the result holds. Good screen by Bamboche. And finally, DiPiero gets one back. She's got 23. It's her 5th triple, and it's 78-51. But the Roadrunners not going to get any easier. They have Camden on Thursday. That's another home game. Moving up. No good there. Rebound. Bamboche comes flying in. And again, the Roadrunners are going to have to try to keep their footwork up here. Bamboche moves in with a slight euro. Rodriguez tries to pump fake out of it, goes back to DiPiero, looking for number 6, airballed it. With the Roadrunners with a loss, they would fall to 14-5. They're on the road at Northampton, which is number 3, and then Camden, which is number 6 at 8-9. They're home versus them on Thursday the 5th. Then they face the number 1 team in Passaic. They're 13-1. That's on Saturday the 7th, and then they got Sussex, Philadelphia, and Montgomery. 4 straight road games to close out the year. Thursday is their home finale. Jump ball. Right on the semicircle. Wilson checks in for Bamboche. (78-51). Atlantic Cape leads. High pass to DiPiero. Moving out to the far corner, tries to find somebody. And speaking of the corner, look at Atlantic Cape's basketball team. They are waiting in the wings. Might as well hit a lot of threes. Hits the top of the backboard, hit the shot clock. It's out of bounds. And Ricky White will call a timeout. He has to be one impressed head coach with how his girls have played tonight. 78 points for the Buccaneers. We take a timeout, 7:28 left in the 4th. Buccaneers lead by a whole bunch. Welcome back. This broadcast is brought to you by the South Jersey chapter of the National Adult Baseball Association. Registration is open for the spring of 2026. Register today to be a part of the top men's baseball league in South Jersey with over 20 teams across 4 competitive divisions. Visit SouthJerseyNABA.com for more information. 7:29 left in the 4th quarter here from the Roadrunner Gym in Deptford, New Jersey. A big lead for Atlantic Cape as Ricky White Jr. called his 3rd timeout. By the way, as the refs are going to talk something over here, they're trying to say that it's Atlantic Cape ball. Yeah, no, they're right. It's Atlantic Cape ball because it hit the shot clock. Yeah, they just fixed it. I didn't know if he was going to – I mean, listen, it's like that one thing LeBron James did where he, was incessant on saying, it's our ball, except that time he was actually right. Got a foul on DiPiero. she's not thrilled about it, but she's now at 4 fouls. So I don't know if with this comeback effort they're just going to try to let her go and see if she fouls out, or if they will sub her out. I don't see anybody getting up from the bench right now. But she's had a fantastic performance, even in what may be a losing effort, and I think she just fouled out. Yep, that's number 5, so she's fouled out of the game. So Anna DiPiero has fouled out of the game, and nobody from the Roadrunner bench has stepped up yet. They didn't. I don't think they've realized that she has 5. Okay, now they're going to send in Vienna Gantz. Yeah, it took everybody a while to realize. So she finishes her day with 5 triples and 23 points all told. Still an impressive mark, but definitely a result that could have been used in a much bigger effort. Geraldo at the line. Atlantic Cape has only scored 80-plus points in one game this season, in a 93-33 60-point win over the still winless RCSJ Cumberland team. The women's team is 0-15 this year. 10 seconds to shoot. Margiliano inside, back to Blocker. Short. Roadrunners bring it down with Wilson. Fire down the floor. This one's up, no good. Rebound by Atlantic Cape. Moves over to Margiliano. 2-on-1. She is fouled. Travel. No foul. Now Brenna Ivy will check in. Who is she subbing in for is the question. It's going to be LaMonica that she'll sub in for. Roadrunners have 3 team fouls. They would have had their 4th, but they negated that one with a travel. Here comes Wilson. Blocked. Turned over. High pass. Little Harlem Globetrotter stuff right there. That's really nice, but he can't get it to go. Now moving in for Blocker. It's good.
2 points. Buccaneers.
So yeah, this would only be the 2nd time in the last 2 years, and it is only the 2nd time as Wilson makes a shot that Atlantic Cape has scored 80-plus points in a game. Again, we'll be back on the air here from the Roadrunner Gym later today versus Atlantic Cape for men's, and then on Thursday for a doubleheader between Camden County and RCSJ at 5 and 7. The home finale for both teams. It's moving over to the right side. Fouled. Renaya Wilson, the Pensgrove grad, went to the basket. Got hit on her way up by Margiliano. And Renaya Wilson go to the line. One of a duo of Pensgrove 1,000-point scorers, along with Jamiliana Horace. Both scored over 1,000 with the Pensgrove team. Saw Pensgrove girls basketball a couple times earlier this year. And again, don't forget to tune in on Sunday for our coverage of the Holy Cross Showcase. 5 games over in Delran on Sunday. We kick off today with St. Joe's Hamilton versus Hightstown, then EHT versus Morristown, Lawrence versus West Tech, and then the last 2 are the ones I'm most excited for. Cherry Hill East versus Holy Spirit, the 15-0 undisputed #1 team in South Jersey, Cherry Hill East. They face off against Holy Spirit, and then Lenape faces Holy Cross in the nightcap. As a half-court trap with Wilson and Horace. We talked about those 2 Pensgrove grads working together. Gantz has had to establish the pivot foot there, and it goes out of bounds. And Horace got the ball tipped out from behind her.
Foul Buccaneers. 10 seconds.
Screen was set. Wilson 3.
3 points to Wilson.
Clawing back just a little bit with 5 minutes left in the 4th. 81-58. Atlantic Cape keeping most of their starters in the game. Here comes the three. No good. That one was taken by Montoya. And that one is good. Blocker with another. Blocker and Bell with both over 20 points each. Angelina Bell easily going to be the top player in the box score tonight. 28. Blocker with 21. Margiliano with 17. Bell with 5 triples. Meanwhile, DiPiero is the only RCSJ scorer with over 10. She had 23 before getting fouled out. Rodriguez couldn't get there. It's out of bounds, and a very frustrated Headley Rodriguez there. I mean, again, that kind of exemplifies how this entire team has felt today. The first quarter was good. It was a 5-point deficit, but then the second quarter got away from them. A 19-point deficit at halftime, a 30-point deficit at its worst, and now a 25-point lead for the Buccaneers as they look to improve to 12-5 and send the Roadrunners for just their third conference loss of the year. Underhand flip, a nice save. Long two for Gantz. That hit the shot clock. They're going to let it play, though, and Ivy makes it. Ivy, the 5th bench scorer for the Roadrunners today, along with Rodriguez, Gantz, Wilson, and Bemboshe. Now 4 minutes left in the fourth. Got to imagine, I think Atlantic Cape's going to hold on to it here, although they're going to take another one. Got it. That's a long two by Montoya. Now going up, Wilson's got it. So the back and forth battle continues. And a foul. Renaya Wilson picked that one up that time. She's got 10 points off the bench. That's her 3rd foul. Roadrunners 4th. Bryce will check into the game for the Buccaneers, her first appearance on the floor tonight. Well, the time right now is 1:36, so got to imagine there's going to be about 20 minutes between each game for warm-ups and layup lines. Travel. I think Angelina Bell, she was frustrated, but she kind of looked up at the scoreboard and she was like, all right, well, I don't have to get myself in trouble with how this team has been playing with a 23-point lead. Here comes the three. Rodriguez no good. Gantz gets it back. Blocked, taken away. On the run is Blocker. She'll go up and in. Raynell Blocker, again, another top scorer here in Region 19. 23 points now. This one gets nearly turned over. Wilson hangs onto it. Now a foul. It's the 3rd team foul against Atlantic Cape. Nearly saved by Horace. They say she stepped out of bounds. 2:38 left in the ball game. Again, the Atlantic Cape men's team is waiting eagerly to get on the floor. This broadcast is brought to you by the Dangerous Adrenaline Wrestling Gladiators, or Dog Pro Wrestling, New Jersey's premier pro wrestling organization. With high-flying events and non-stop entertainment throughout the Garden State. Visit dawgprowrestling.com for more information. Kind of a weird one there. Roadrunners came in, tried to get the steal, but instead Wilson fired it off the back of the backboard. And referees are talking about something. Not sure what the issue is. Bell will sub out. I'm not sure what the issue was, to be honest, but they'll keep it at that. Tipped up, there's the steal. Horace with contact. And again, the Roadrunners still defending their team. They want fouls. They want more opportunities. As with 10 to shoot, it doesn't go. And it goes out of bounds. Yeah, DiPiero fouled out of the game. She has 23 points for the Roadrunners lead. Oh, you could hear that one. Wilson took a hard foul. She is slow to get up. They will resume the play. Atlantic Cape will wait. Looks like out of respect, they're going to wait for her to get back up onto the floor, and she will. Good for her for getting back up on defense, though. 2 minutes left. Here comes a three. Chucked up from Montoya, no good. Horace with the Euro, good. Horace, the Pennsgrove grad, as now both Atlantic Cape and RCSJ teams are waiting for their layup lines. It's 1:40, and there's 1:40 left on the clock. 87-64. This is the second most amount of points Atlantic Cape has scored this season. They scored 93 versus a winless RCSJ Cumberland team back in November. Back across the floor. Three, no good. That's up and in. So couldn't get the three to fall, but Blocker gets another one. She's got 25. And it's now 89-64 with 1 minute remaining. Wilson for three, good. 22-point lead. Wilson, again, another positive mark. She's put up 13 points off the bench. Roadrunners still trapping at half court. Bounce pass blocked by Ivy. She'll pick up the rebound, spins around. We've got 43 seconds and about a 15-second separation. Rodriguez able to get out of it. Push foul. That's going to be the fourth foul against the Buccaneers. Oh, well, the referees almost fouled each other. So for Atlantic Cape, well, first of all, we mentioned the Roadrunners have a tough road ahead. They visit Northampton on the 3rd, Camden on the 5th, and then Passaic on the 7th. The road gets a little bit easier, but when you have to play the number 3 and number 1 teams in the conference next week, it's going to be tough. As Wilson can't get it go, Ivy can't get the rebound. They're going to let this one go out of bounds with 29 seconds left. For Atlantic Cape, they're riding the hot hand. This is their 6th straight win, including some good teams. Philadelphia, Brookdale, Camden, all good teams. They're on the road at Ocean on Thursday. Then they've got their home finale versus versus Northampton on Saturday the 7th, and then Montgomery and Passaic to close it out. Travel. And Gary White Jr. was telling his girls, hold it, 20-point game, no need to run it up. Atlantic Cape immediately saying no fouls, no fouls. Wilson lets it fly, no good. Ivy picks down the rebound, and they'll hold this one. Trying to get a steal from the back. They're going to say she stepped out. And Horace almost ran into the Gatorade cooler down there on the sideline. So it looks like the final tonight, barring any crazy things, are going to be 89 for Atlantic Cape, 69 for RCSJ. Going to go out of bounds again. Still defending here. 6 seconds left. They're not letting this one go. And now they'll hold on to it. That'll be the ball game. Atlantic Cape, 11-5, beating the number 2 team in the region by a final score of 89-69, a 20-point victory. The men's team wasted no time getting on the floor as they'll have a game in about 20 to 25 minutes. But that was a great game for the Buccaneers. I don't even think the Roadrunners played all that poorly, but I'll tell you, Atlantic Cape put 110% in, and that was one of the best games that they've played all year. Their second highest scoring output. They had 93 versus Cumberland back in November, but now the attention turns over to the men. But before we close out this broadcast, Anna DiPiero had a great game. 5 triples for the Roadrunners, 23 points, but she was fouled out midway through the third quarter. And then for Atlantic Cape, Angelina Bell, no question. She had an easy points lead for most of the game. Renelle Blocker had a lot of points, I wouldn't say in garbage time, but not necessarily at the best of times. Angelina Bell put down those shots when it mattered the most. She puts up 28 points tonight, and that will be our player of the game, presented by Harper Driving School. So we'll take a break. If you want to watch the men's basketball broadcast, you'll have to go back to the live tab on YouTube and go to Atlantic Cape and RCSJ under men's basketball. As the final score tonight in game 1 of 2 in this doubleheader, It's the Buccaneers 89, the Roadrunners 69. We'll see you later.